Have you ever heard of a secret password with God? Well, I didn't until about a little over a year ago, but I'm gonna share it with you. So I saw a girl on TikTok and she said that she made a secret password with God as like a confirmation. She said it was a blue tree. Fast forward a couple weeks later, she saw a mural. She parked somewhere and the mural painted on the wall was a blue tree. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that out. And I didn't think much of it until probably months later. So y'all know that I've had a bad marriage. I've had bad relationships. So I wrote down in my journal, God, this is the man I want. This is the man of God that I would like. You know, these are the things. These are my standards, all right? And I just kept that tucked away in a journal. So fast forward to February 2023, I meet Russell, and we just instantly, just boom, okay? And I say to God, I said, God, if he is the one you've made me for, and I said this in my mind because the devil prowls around, he listens, he studies us, but he can't hear our thoughts, only God can. So I said, God, if he's the one for me, send me something like a yellow pear. And I don't know about you, but when I think of a pear, I think of green or something, okay? This is a yellow pear. We bought some at the grocery store because we thought it was funny. But I think of like a green pear, like your emoji on your phone. The pear is green. When you color a picture, you color the pear green, okay? So not even a week later after I said that prayer in my head, Russell says, I'm eating some fruit. I said, what you eating? And he said, a yellow pear. And even one of my friends brought up how it was weird that he didn't just say pear. Like, he said yellow pear. And I didn't tell him right then and there. Wow, I was freaking out in my head. But also me being me, I'm like, okay, God, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking things up, okay? So I said this prayer that people kind of say is the dangerous prayer. It's when you say, God, remove him from my life. Remove them from my life if they're not from you. Which, my history with that is that I was in a bad marriage, but I kept fighting it. I was like, you know what, devil, you ain't having my marriage. You ain't having my husband. You ain't having it. But I just got so tired and so broken that I finally said, you know what, God? Because there was no peace. And if it doesn't come with peace and confirmation, it's not from God. Okay? And I had to go back to my roots because I knew that, but I just kept going against it. So I said, you know what, God? If my husband's not from you, if we weren't supposed to get married, remove him from my life. I came back from work the next day, no text, no note on the door, nothing, but everything out of the apartment was gone. That was his. Everything of his was gone. And so I fall to the floor and I'm crying and I'm screaming and I'm thinking like, God, why are you taking everything away from me? You know, I had several miscarriages during that marriage. You took my husband away. I'm not gonna be able to afford this apartment on my own. Like, why are you doing this? And God just so clearly said, like, I have better for you. Like, there's better in store. And you know, I didn't really believe him and I felt broken and you know, all these things, but just one thing after another just kept going together. Like, I got an apartment, glory be to God, was able to afford it all on my own, started a cleaning business, you know, all these things just started coming into place. So I meet Russell in February and we click, you know, like I said, he says the yellow pear. I pray God to remove him from my life. He's still here. And you know, I've prayed that prayer several times, you know, and I've asked him to pray that prayer about me and here we are, you know, and I just wanted to share that. If you're taking anything from this video, if you even stayed during this long video, take the secret password, okay? Make a secret password with God. Make it something kind of weird, you know, like a purple ladybug or something. And then if it shows up in a conversation or a TikTok video or you see it painted or your kid comes and brings up and there's a picture of a purple ladybug, you just, okay, all right? Do that. And then also just say this prayer. I mean, even if you're not in a relationship with anyone, but just for friends and whatever, toxic people around you, you say, God, remove anyone from my life that's not from you. And you might get fired from your job, but you need to remember this video, what I just said to you right now, okay? Because better's gonna come. And then I also have one of my friends who reached out to me on here and said that my testimony and how I went from really, really bad relationships, because I was in abusive relationships all of my life. And like my testimony is giving her hope that she too will find someone that will love her properly. And so if you're still here, maybe there's a reason you're still here watching this video, but I just want to say that you are so loved, you know, not only by God, but you are so loved. I don't even know you, but I can feel like my heart getting all warm right now. Like, you are so loved. but you are also going to be loved by someone so healthily, so abundantly clear, and it's going to be so peaceful. So just remember that if you're in a relationship and it's not full of peace, and I know like, oh, we go through things, you got to stick it through. No, and there's a certain extent to that though, because me and Russell have been through some things, but it was never loud and booming and scary and slamming doors and yelling at each other or anything. It's just so crazy, dude. It's so peaceful. And not only that, I'm able to grow now, not only just with my relationship with the Lord, but grow in myself. I talked about in a previous video how I've gained weight, but my business has boomed. I take care of myself. I work out. I eat right. I'm taking supplements. I just want to take care of myself. And I'm in a state where I can do that now. I'm not in fight and flight mode. I ain't fighting anymore, you know? And we've just both grown, just separately and together with the Lord. Like our relationship, it's so crazy to be loved by someone who's not just healthy. You know, he was pretty healthy in his relationship. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't hit women, you know? But we just center our relationship around God. Like, it's so crazy to be with someone who's like, well, let's pray about it. Like, I just talked to God about this. Hey, I had this confirmation happen with God. This is God sent. Well, everything, like, if it's just disagreement arises, hey, let's pray to God, you know? It's just crazy. And so if you're in a place where you're coming out of a relationship or you're in a relationship like that, like, leave. Go be with God. Let him heal you. You know, journal about it. You know, and when that person comes into your life, and maybe there's going to be several people who come into your life, and maybe you're like, oh, this is it. This is what that crazy girl on TikTok was talking about. This is love. Make sure to say the prayer. God, if this is from you, send me this sign, but also remove them from my life if they are not from you, you know? So this is like my second time recording this because like I just feel, I don't know why I felt the urge to just now, a year and a half later, share it, but I just feel like I should. So if you have a testimony where you tried the secret password or you like God removed someone from your life, like comment. I want to hear about it. I want to hear the testimonies. So I love you. God bless you. I'll talk to you later.